My pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you for today's session of Mandukya Karika. Let us offer our pranams to Guru Parampara. Sadashiva Samarambha Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tat Padam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. My pranams to all Atma Jyotis. Let us continue our contemplation of Mandukya Karika. Today, we are taking shloka number 2.19 to 2.29, 10 slokas. So just recollect what we have done so far. We have taken up the chapter number 2. The chapter number 2 is what we call Vaitatya Prakarana. Vaitatya Prakarana means Mithya, unreality of the world. So this is based on Mandukya Upanishad shloka number 7, where Rishi is explaining about Turiya. Prapanchopashamam, freedom from the world. World is not there. That is explained by in Vaitatya Prakarana, means Jagat Mithyatva, unreality of the world. So for that, Gaudapadacharya took a dream as an example, because it's easier to understand how dream is unreal. Unreality of the dream is understood. Then he takes the waking state and says waking state is also similar to dream state. There's a waking state, it's also unreal. Then there is various questions asked to challenging the understanding the waking state is unreal. So the questions are answered. Why waking state is unreal? Addressing all those questions. So now we are coming to shloka number 2.19 to 2.29. If we don't understand the reality of the world, what will happen to us? There's a mistake. There's an error. The error will cause a lot of problems in our life. The error is called adhyasa, superimposition, which leads to misconception. And misconception leads to suffering in our life called samsara. Wrong understanding leads to suffering. So what kind of adhyasa error happens in our life? What kind of suffering can it cause? First, when there is understanding is not clear, there is a duality, Advaita. When you don't understand, the Advaita is the alone is the reality, non-duality is the alone, non-duality alone is there, and we don't understand it, we start looking at the world as dual, Advaita, Dvaita. And where this duality, there's a fear, there's tension, there's stress, there's suffering. This suffering is because wrong perception, wrong understanding. So the Vedanta starts with a teaching, Jagat Mithya, the world is unreal. So now the world is unreal. If you start understanding, then you think that world is not real, not there. So many people start taking understanding, start living with the belief that the world is not there. So Jagat Mithya doesn't mean the world is not there. Jagat Mithya only means that the world is Brahman. What you see is Brahman only. The world as perception is unreal. World as Brahman is real. The Brahman is existence. The existence alone is seen as world. So the world is there as Brahman. World is not there as what we perceive. It is as good as saying rope appears as a snake. The first teaching is rope is mithya, a snake is mithya. Then people start thinking, oh, there's nothing there. So many people who don't understand Vedanta teaching, the world is mithya means, oh, nothing is out there. This rope, snake is mithya, doesn't mean that there's no rope. Snake is mithya means there is something satya, rope is there, rope alone is appearing as snake. The world is mithya as it appears. The world is satya as Brahman. That's why Sarvam Khalu, the Brahma is the reality. All this is Brahman. What you are seeing, touching and feeling and experiencing is Brahman only. The world is satya as Brahman. World is mithya as world. Unreal. We start projecting our experience, we start projecting on the world. So why this projection happens? Look at yourself. Take your hand and pinch like this. So what will happen to you? If you pinch your hand, what will happen to you? There is a pain. Correct? So am I feeling the pain now? Am I feeling the pain or not? So I am feeling the pain. You can understand I have a feeling the pain because if you pinch your hand, you have a pain. So what you are doing is your experiences you are projecting on me and saying there is a pain in my hand. Suppose you don't know what is pain, then you will never understand what is pain in my hand. Understand? So that means our inner experiences we are projecting on the outer world. Our inner thinking, inner feeling we are projecting on the outer world. Suppose you don't know what is pain is, you will never understand what pain is in my hand. When I do like this, you will never understand what is pain. Understand? So that means all understanding experience is inner outstanding experience we are projecting on the outer. Correct? So now your inner experience is I am the body. If you take yourself as the body, that's your inner experience. So then the world appears to be full of bodies. The world appears to be full of bodies because your experience is the body. Then I also experience you as a body. I experience everybody as a body. So I am some body. For me, world is full of bodies, objects. Because I have identified myself with the object. Suppose I do not identify with the body, then how does the world appear to me? The world also doesn't appear to be bodies. Suppose you understand, Nanu, Nanembulu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidananda Atma, Shivanamnani, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. If you understand, I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect. So if you don't identify with body, mind, intellect, then what will happen to you? Your experience, I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect. Then how does the world appear to you? I'm pure consciousness, Shiva Swarupa. The world also appears as Shiva Swarupa. Understand? So that's where I am Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. The world is also Brahman. Sarvam Khalida Brahma. That's the relation. Then you have transcended duality. So now, in human mind, various types of misconceptions are there because they don't understand the reality. What reality? They don't understand. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect. They don't understand. When you don't understand, I'm not the body, I'm not, when you don't understand about truth about yourself, you can't understand the truth of the world. Because ultimately, your inner experience you are projecting on the world. Right? So that's why Vedantic teaching is self-enquiry. Find out who you are. Then you will understand everything. If you don't understand yourself, you will not be able to understand anything. Have you seen people, okay, suspecting somebody? If you have to suspect somebody, there should be suspicion inside you. If there's no suspicion inside you, you cannot suspect somebody. You'll superimpose that on somebody. You'll say somebody is greedy. There's greed in you, you are projecting on that. If you don't have greed in you, you'll not be able to project on somebody. That person may be having greed. But for you, it doesn't appear as a greed. It appears as a behavioral pattern. What is inside you, you project. Let us say somebody is depressed, right? He's depressed. You say, world is a very depressing place here. See, everything is gloomy. For a depressed person, the world appears to be gloomy. World is full of depression. For a person who is joyful, the world is appears to be full of joy. Our inner reality we are projecting on the outer. If your inner reality is I am the body, you are thinking the world is full of bodies. Since human mind perceives the world, perceives themselves in some way, they perceive the world in different ways. Based on that, many philosophies have come into picture. Many philosophical systems have come into picture. Right? There's a philosophical system called Advaita, duality. I am separate, God is separate. I am separate from God. Dvaita system. No, I am related to God. Vishishta Advaita. No, God alone is reality. Advaita. So different way of perceiving the world and self gives rise to different philosophies. So that's why Vedantic teaching, our Rishis say, Eko Sat Vipraha Bahuda Vadanti. There's one truth. Vipraha means wise men speak of that truth in many ways. One truth can be spoken in many ways. Absolute truth is one, but relative way of looking at the truth is many. One truth is spoken in many ways. So that many ways of seeing the truth, relative truth, is called transactional reality, Vyavaharika Satya. Now, if somebody says the relative truth, he's not fully wrong. Okay? He's partially wrong. He is partially right. So that in Jain Parampara, Mahavira speaks of Anekantavada. There's something called Anekantavada. So the Mahavira, when he was young, he's called Vardhamana. His childhood name was Vardhamana. The Vardhamana was the son of a king. He is living in a palace. The palace had 7 stories. Palace had 7 stories. So Vardhamana was playing hide and seek with his friends. Vardhamana was playing hide and seek with his friends. So Vardhamana was hiding. The friends were searching. Vardhamana was hiding in the 4th floor of the palace. So the Vardhamana, the friends were seeking. The friends went to ground floor. They asked the father was there. Where is Vardhamana? Father said he's up. All of them ran to 7th floor. There's no Vardhamana. Their mother was there, Vardhamana's mother. They asked her, where is Vardhamana? Mother said, down. They came down again. They could not catch Vardhamana. Then Vardhamana came out. Then his friend said, your father is a liar, your mother is a liar. Then Vardhamana said, my father is not a liar, my mother is not a liar. Both are telling half truth, partial truths. So partial truths are relative truths. Absolute truth is the 4th floor. They didn't speak of absolute truth, they gave a relative truth. But relative truth is neither completely false, neither completely true. So similarly, every philosophy in the world is neither completely false, neither completely true. Partial truth. So scientists come out with an explanation. They want an objective reality. They focus on the objectivity. Objective truth. If there's no objective truth, scientists don't consider, they call it as pseudoscience. They don't accept where the objective proof is not possible. What scientists don't consider is the subjectivity. They will try to eliminate subjectivity in whatever they observe. So according to Vedanta, the subject and object are part of the whole, one part of the whole reality. Subject and object, you cannot separate out from the reality. Whatever you observe is not completely true. It's partial truth. So whatever scientific discoveries are there, they're partial truth. They cannot be fully true. They cannot be absolute truth. They are relative truths. So now we ask, because all scientists are observationists in the world of Maya. So Vedanta says world is mithya. So all scientific discoveries are in the domain of mithya. Mithya doesn't mean fully false. Mithya means partially true, partially false. All observations are partially true, partially false. So that scientists try to discover in the world which is in the domain of mithya. All discoveries of science are in the mithya. Similarly, there are many philosophies. There is a Rishi called Kanada. He said entire universe is made up of small particles called paramanu, atoms. Atomic theory was discovered by Kanada. Then Sankhya philosophy is there. Sankhya philosophy says Purusha and Prakriti are separate. The matter and consciousness are separate. The truth is one. Right? Confusions are many. Everybody speaking the truth is confused. One truth is, the truth is but one. Confusions are many. Okay? That's why Eko Sat Ipraha Bahudo Vadanti. One truth. Many people speak in many ways. Now, here comes the question. What many people speak, is it false? It's neither false nor true. It's partial. Right? And to say everything is false is one-sided view. To say everything is true also is one-sided view. Neither false nor true. This what our Mahavira says is called Anekantapada. Okay. Many possibilities are there. Truth is but one. But when you deal and interact with the world, the truth takes many shades. But what human mind does, human mind takes a one-sided view. That's where conflicts are. Either this or that. We cannot understand neither this nor that, or this and that. Together we cannot understand. Right? So that's what happens when you start speaking about Advaita is the truth. Advaita is alone, is the truth. Brahma Satya, Jagat Mithya. Okay. Suddenly you realize I am Brahman. Jagat Mithya means the world is not there. Which is also not correct. The world is there, not as the world, but world as there as Brahman. No, I am Advaitin. People come and ask, you teach Advaita, you speak of Advaita. Why do you do Namaskara in the temple? Why do you go to temple? Why temples are required? Why puja is required? Right? Ishvara is Mithya according to Advaita. Still you do pray to Ishvara. So these are all partial understanding of truth. Advaita Satya. Advaita is reality. Don't go and tell people who are worshipping Ishvara, don't worship Ishvara because it's Mithya. Don't tell the deities are false. He is experiencing relative truth. He is experiencing partial truth. But partial truth, there is a truth there. When you see a snake, okay, there must be a rope to see the snake. Correct? If you see the world, there must be a Brahman to see the world. There should be superimposition. If there's no Brahman, there's no world also. The very fact that you're seeing world, that means there's Brahman also. So then don't come and say world is not there. That means Brahman is also not there. What you are seeing is Brahman only. Only you are confusing it as world. So when you see Mithya, you are seeing Satya and Mithya together. It's mixture. Right? Atma Dhyana means separate out the confusion and see the truth always. That's the meaning of Atma Dhyana. Not running away from the falsehood. Let us say somebody sees a rope and sees a snake. Perception is snake, but what is there is rope. So now, is he seeing rope? Is he seeing snake? He is seeing rope also. The characteristic of the rope is there in the snake. The length of the rope is length of the snake. The rope is seen as a snake. The length of the snake is the length of the rope. The shape of the rope is the shape of the snake. So that means you are seeing a snake which is not real with the reality. Similarly, when you're seeing the world, you are seeing the underlying reality, which is like a rope, which is Brahman, along with the superimposition. What is the world? Brahman is there as Sat, existence. Everything in the world exists. The sun exists, the moon exists, the tree exists, the plant exists. That in English language you say is. The tree is, sun is, the moon is. Okay. So the tree dies. The tree is not there. The river is there. The river dries. The river is not there. What we don't understand, when we say tree is the noun and isness is the adjective. The tree exists. Sun exists. In reality, adjective and noun we are reversed. The noun is existence. The adjective is the tree. So instead of saying tree is, you should say isness appears as tree. Because adjectives can change. The essence cannot change. The existence appears as tree. That's why reality is, noun is the existence. Adjective is the form. Forms can change, but the essence cannot change. The tree should be spoken as isness appears as tree. The flower should be isness appears as flower. So the isness will never change. That isness is called Brahman. That's called Sat. So we are ignoring Sat. Sat as an adjective. Satya is superficial. In fact, Sat is the essential, the form is superficial. Everything in the world is existence. And every appearance is an adjective. The existence appears as a tree, existence appears as a sun, existence appears as a moon. So all the time, you're looking at Brahman only. But we always focus on the form. That's where we are missing the point. When you look at the mountain, you are looking at the form of the mountain. But what you are looking is existence. Existence cannot be seen. Existence appears as mountain. Ramana Maharshi was looking at the Arunachala. People asked him, Maharshiji, what are you looking at? He says, I am looking at myself. The myself is Brahman. Brahman is appearing in a mountain. Mountain will disappear tomorrow, but existence doesn't disappear. He is referring to existence in the form of mountain. That's why Kailas Parvata is nothing but Shiva, which is existence. Ganga is nothing but divine mother. Appearance is Ganga, but really existence is appearing as river. That's why we give respect to all aspects of creation. Every aspect of creation is Brahman only. Let me ask you a question. Have you done a shake hand with Brahman, shake hand with God anytime? Whatever we touch, whatever we smell, whatever we taste is Brahman only. Like, for example, somebody stabs me. He's touching the shirt. But actually, he is touching me only, Prabhu only. Even if he is touching shirt, right? Similarly, when we touch, smell, taste, and form, we are connecting with Brahman only. There's nothing else other than Brahman. So the question comes, why do you do puja, Ishvara, in the temple? Deity. My dear sir, when somebody puja of a deity in the temple, he is offering respect to Ishvara only, Brahman only. Don't say he is offering to respect to Mithya. Brahman only is appearing in the form of stone. Brahman only is appearing in the form of deity. So Ishvara may be Mithya. The deity may be Mithya. But when you offer respect to the deity, in reality you are offering respect to Brahman. Understand? So that's why people take extreme view. Brahman is formless. So then don't do puja, don't do worship, nothing. My dear sir, when you do puja, worship, or when you offer respect to somebody, you are offering respect to some Brahman only. When you see a rope on the snake, you are actually seeing rope only in the form of snake. So there's a meaning of puja, worship in the temple. So when I do namaskara like this, am I doing namaskara to you? A body? Atma in me, Atma in you is one. Paramatma. That I'm respecting. So every action of ours, touch, sound, smell, taste, and form is Brahman only. There's nothing other than Brahman. So when somebody does a puja, he may be in duality. He may be in ignorance. But in ignorance, he is doing a puja of Brahman. He is worshipping Brahman. That's why the deity will bless him. That's why Ishwararpitam Nechaya Kritam Chitta Shodakam Mukta Sadapam. Do a service as an offering to God, Ishvara. Right? The whole universe is the form of Ishvara to the offering, Yadna. So now you'll ask, oh, your world is Mithya. Why are you doing a puja? My dear, world is Mithya, but it's the appearance of Satya. So when you do puja, the Brahman only will bless in the form of that. If you don't understand Advaita, if you understand Advaita wrongly, you'll come back and say, no, don't do puja, don't do worship. Alright, that's not required. There's a duality, but in duality, I'm seeing reality. The relative truth is partially true, partially false. Nothing can be 100% false, 100% true. Absolute reality is myself, Brahman. But when you see the world as Ishvara, you are seeing reality. When you see deity as Brahman, you are seeing the reality. That's why even the person may be ignorance. When he does puja, worship, the deity Ishvara blesses him. The Vedanta objective is not to remove your puja and worship. Vedanta teaching is to bring value in what you are doing. That's why when you do puja, when you seek blessing, the deity will bless you. Any questions, sir? Anybody has a question on the Zoom? Can you unmute?
Yeah. Sadhguru, namaste.
Namaste.
See, when everything is Brahman, existence appears as Brahman.
Right.
But then why there is a conflict with the individual with respect to that I am different, he is different, or she is different, or he is different?
See, everything Brahman only appears as individual. Okay.
Right.
There's nothing other than Brahman.
Right.
The conflict or confusion arises until you do enquiry. What is reality? The confusion or conflict is there till a point of time you do enquiry. When you inquire, the reality is drawn.
No, inquiry happens, but it is not continuous all throughout, right? So otherwise, this question would not have.
No. See, the inquiry is not it's not about continuous. It is not about continuous. See, let us say you find a snake. Okay. And you inquire and find this rope. How many do you have to do continuous inquiry?
No, that is with respect to one instance, that is fine. Okay, this is rope, we have understood, this is not
In
snake.
self-enquiry also, once you do inquiry thoroughly, the clarity emerges. It's not a continuous inquiry. Until the time point of that the clarity has not emerged, that means the inquiry is not over.
I understood, but what is the, again, is it Shravanama, Nidhyasa?
There is no other way. Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa, service. Ishwararpitam, Nechaya Kritam, service. Because the world is nothing but Ishvara. Shravana, Manana, is the inner journey. Service is the outer journey. The inner and outer has to become one reality.
Okay.
Anybody else? Any questions?
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste.
Mind is a projection, both the dream state as well as waking state. So both are unreal, we can say. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mind is a mind only projecting both the states. But we cannot say mind is unreal. Mind is actually expanded from the Atman only.
Mind is Brahman only.
Brahman only. Okay.
Okay. Everything in the world is Brahman only.
Brahman only. Okay. But mind only projecting both waking state as well as a dream state.
No, not mind is projecting. Brahman is projecting the mind and the world. Mind
Brahman
is inert.
Oh, okay.
How can mind project anything?
Okay.
Power of Maya,
Okay.
of Brahman, projects the mind and the world.
Okay. Got it.
Mind doesn't project anything. Mind gets confused.
But actually, dreams are projected by my mind only, no? Generally.
No. The dreams are projected by using the vasanas of the mind. The one who projects is the Atma only.
Oh, okay. Uses the mind memories. Okay.
The vasanas are the mind. The vasanas are used by the Atma to project the dream.
Okay.
The karma are there in the mind. The karma is used to project the world.
Why Atma has to project these dreams and all?
That why?
Mind only
Why? If you ask the question in the dream, I can give 100 answers.
Okay.
Okay. The only answer I can give you is wake up.
Wake up from the waking state.
Yeah, you can give a lot of answers. Right? The question you ask in the dream, the answer which you get, the dream answer. The only thing you have to ask is, so there are two drunkards. The drunkard, why the sky is falling on my head? The other person starts saying, oh no, there's not sky is not falling, earthquake is there. Both answers are wrong.
Both answers are wrong. So
the only thing is you're drunk, get out of drinking.
Correct.
So we are Maya Madhyapi, we are drunk with Maya. So the only Vedanta is there to help you to get out of Maya, not to give you answers fully.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Anybody else? Any questions? Vani, Shravan?
No
Guruji
questions.
namaste. Guruji namaste.
Yes, Lakshmi? Yes.
ಹಾ ಇದು ನೀವು ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಈ ಸಲ ಫುಲ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಇದಾಯ್ತು. ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜಗನ್ಮಿಥ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ದಾಗ ಜಗತ್ತನ್ನ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಎಂದು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಸತ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ
ಹೌದು.
ಅದು ಒಂಥರ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇದಾಯ್ತು ಗುರುಜಿ. ಈಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಜಗನ್ಮಿಥ್ಯ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಓ ಮಾಯಾ ಓಕೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದ್ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ, ಜಗತ್ತೂನು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಅದೂನು ಸತ್ಯ ಅಂತಂದು.
ಹೌದು.
Very nice, Guruji. Thank you so much. That
Very good.
understanding was very clear.
Appearance is temporary, but the
Ah.
appearance is appearance of Brahman only.
Okay, Guruji. Okay.
Right?
Yes, Guruji.
Okay.
Thank you, Guruji.
Yes, Vani?
Very clear, Prabhuji. No questions.
Okay. Shravan?
No, Prabhuji. No question. Thanks a lot.
Okay. So anybody else question here, sitting here? Okay. We'll sit silently for some time. Close your eyes. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamuduchyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Nanembudu Nanalla Ideha Manabuddhi Nanalla Sachidanandatma Shivanannane Shivoham 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 Atmadarshanam Brahmadarshanam Brahmadarshanam Satyadarshanam Antarjyotihi Bahirjyotihi Pratyakjyotihi Paratpara Jyotireva Jyotihi Swayam Jyotihi Atma Jyotihi Shivosmiham Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Rub both of your hands. Give warm to the eyes. Slowly open your eyes. Light of Self Foundation has a website, YouTube channel. Our children program is called I Lead. Website and YouTube channel is there. You can subscribe to that or forward to your friends if they are interested. If there are any questions, you can ask. Others will close for the day. In another 5 minutes, Kannada class session will start.
Thank you.
Those who are interested in Kannada can continue.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, Prabhuji.
Hari Om.
Om Guruji.
Hari Om.
Hari Om Guruji.